The text message glowed on my phone screen like a flare in the dark. Meet me at the pier tonight. I need to tell you something. Eh. My thumb hovered over the reply button. Heart thudding so loud I swore it echoed off the kitchen tiles. Jenna, my wife of 6 years, was asleep upstairs, her soft snores drifting down like a lullaby I no longer trusted. Why was her best friend Liam texting me at midnight, his words heavy with unspoken weight? The pier was our place, Jenna's and mine, where we'd shared our first kiss, where I'd proposed under a sky bruised with stars. Liam's intrusion felt like a violation, a crack in a frame I thought was unbreakable. I didn't reply. Instead, I slipped on my jacket, the leather creaking as I moved, and stepped into the night. The air was sharp, salted with the tang of the nearby ocean, and the streetlights cast long, skeletal shadows across the pavement. My boots crunched against the gravel as I walked, each step a question I couldn't voice. Liam had been Jenna's shadow since college, always lingering at the edges of our life. Her confidant, her brother from another mother, she'd laugh. I'd never minded. Not really. But lately his name had slipped into our conversations too often, her eyes lingering on her phone when she thought I wasn't watching. The pier loomed ahead, its weathered boards groaning under the weight of waves crashing below. Liam stood at the far end, his silhouette sharp against the moonlit water, hands shoved deep in his pockets. He turned as I approached, his face half hidden in shadow, but his eyes caught the light, nervous, flickering. "Mark," he said, voice low, almost swallowed by the wind. "Thanks for coming." "What's this about?" I asked, my breath visible in the cold. My stomach twisted, a knot of dread and curiosity I couldn't untangle. He hesitated, rubbing the back of his neck, his usual easy grin nowhere in sight. "It's Jenna," he said finally. She told me something today. I don't know how to say this without breaking everything." The world tilted. My pulse roared in my ears, louder than the waves. "Just say it." I snapped, sharper than I meant. Liam's gaze dropped to the boards beneath our feet. "She said she wants me in your marriage. Like part of it. She thinks it could work, the three of us." His voice cracked, and he looked up, eyes pleading. "I told her no, Mark. I swear. But she's been talking like this for weeks, pushing, saying she loves us both." The words hit like a fist to the chest, stealing my breath. Jenna, my Jenna, who'd laughed with me over burnt pancakes just yesterday, who'd curled into my side on the couch last week, whispering about our future kids. This wasn't her. This couldn't be her. My mind scrambled, replaying moments, her late-night texts, her sudden girls' trips, that left no trace on her socials. The way she'd started locking her phone. Small things brushed off as paranoia. Now they burned. "You're lying," I said, but my voice shook, betraying me. "I wish I was." Liam's shoulders slumped, and for a moment, I saw his own pain, raw, unguarded. "I've loved her for years, Mark. Not like you, not like a husband. But enough to hate myself for it. I never acted on it. Never. But she's different now. She's not the Jenna we knew." I turned away, gripping the pier's railing, the wood splintered and cold under my palms. The ocean churned below, black and endless, mirroring the chaos in my head. "Love us both." The phrase clawed at me, ripping open memories of her smile, her touch, the promises we'd made. Was it all a lie? Or had she changed, slipped away while I wasn't looking? I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but all I could do was stand there, frozen, as the wind stung my face. "Go home, Liam," I said finally, my voice flat, unrecognizable. "Don't come near her again." He nodded, lingering a moment before walking away, his footsteps fading into the night. I stayed, staring at the water, my mind a battlefield of doubt and rage. Part of me wanted to believe him. A desperate, pathetic part that clung to the idea of a misunderstanding. But the truth was a weight I couldn't shake, heavy as the ring on my finger. When I got home, the house was too quiet, the kind of quiet that feels like it's holding its breath. Jenna was still asleep, her hair splayed across the pillow, lips parted in a way that used to make my heart ache with love. Now it just ached. I sat on the edge of the bed, watching her, searching for the woman I'd married. Was she still there, or had she been slipping away for months, years, while I built a life around a ghost? The next morning, she was all smiles, pouring coffee, humming some tune I didn't recognize. You were out late, she said, casual, stirring sugar into her mug. Her eyes flicked to mine, bright but guarded, like she was waiting for something. Couldn't sleep, I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside. Met Liam at the pier. Her spoon froze mid-stir, a tiny clink against the ceramic. Oh, she said, too light too quick. What did he want? I leaned forward, elbows on the table, my gaze locked on hers. You tell me, Jenna. The air shifted, thick with unspoken truths. Her smile faltered, and for a split second I saw it, guilt, fear, maybe even regret. Mark, what are you talking about? She asked, but her voice trembled, a crack in her facade. Don't, I said, my tone low, dangerous. Don't lie to me. Not now. She set the spoon down, hands shaking, and looked away. Out the window where the morning sun burned too bright. I didn't mean for it to happen, she whispered. I love you, Mark. I do. But Liam, he's part of me too. I thought maybe you could understand, could share. Share. The word exploded from me, raw and jagged. You thought I'd share you? Like you're something to be divided. Tears welled in her eyes, but I couldn't feel pity, not yet. I didn't cheat, she said, voice breaking. I never touched him. I felt something and I didn't know how to stop it. I stood, chair scraping against the floor, my hands clenched into fists. You didn't cheat? I repeated, bitter laughter choking me. You planned a life with him, Jenna. You planned to rewrite us without even asking me. She sobbed then, head in her hands, but I couldn't stay. I grabbed my keys, my coat, and walked out, the door slamming behind me. The world outside was too normal, birds chirping, neighbors waving, while inside me, everything was ash. I drove to the courthouse that afternoon, the divorce papers cold in my hands, each signature a cut deeper than the last. But that night, alone in a cheap motel, the final twist came. My phone buzzed with a voicemail from Liam, his voice broken, slurred with tears or whiskey. Mark, I lied, he said. She never wanted me in your marriage. I did. I've been in love with her since college and I thought if I could break you two apart, she'd see me. I'm sorry. God, I'm so sorry. The phone slipped from my hand, hitting the carpet with a dull thud. Jenna's words echoed, I didn't cheat. I felt something. Had she been fighting her own heart, or had Liam manipulated her, planting seeds of doubt to shatter us? The truth was a maze, and I was lost in it, torn between love and betrayal, forgiveness and rage. All I knew was the frame of our life was broken, and no amount of glue could make it whole again.